Hey everyone, how's it going? It's 12 o'clock here in the Bay Area. I can't bloody sleep, so I decided to make a video. Um, I got tagged by Captain Strangelove on the pull list tag video that's been going around. And Captain Strangelove, thank you so much for the tag. Um, so I'm going to start my pull list here. What is your favorite monthly pull list? Um, there are Sex Criminals, The Walking Dead, Batman, Manifest Destiny, the brilliant book Bunker, X-Force, Ninja Turtles, Daredevil, Transformers, Superman, Black Science, Action Comics, Archie, Afterlife with Archie, Fatal, East of West, Justice League, Uncanny X-Men, The Flash, Wonder Woman, Detective Comics, Wonderland, Saga, Frankenstein Alive Alive, which I feel like the bloody thing comes out like once a year, Morning Glory, and of course, Thief of Thieves. So that's my pull list. The strongest book on my list. I have few that I feel like that have a strong pulls. If I there's like Thief of Thieves, Batman, Morning Glories, Archie, Fatal, Black Science, and on and on. Uh, you know, if they were weak, then I wouldn't be collecting them. I would be dropping them actually, which I am, few of them, which I'm gonna tell later on. Um, but one of the strongest book I have to say is Thief of Thieves by Image. Um, the characters are brilliant. They each have, they each play an awesome role. The story is written brilliantly. I love the story. The build up of it, where the direction is headed with the title. The main character was Redman, the way he's written and how good he is. You got his son, his ex-wife, his new girl, the cop, the and the art. It's beautiful. I have no problem with the art at all. And again, just a whole story, just the build up of the story each week. Each issue you read, it just builds up more and more and more and more. And I feel like it hasn't dropped at all since the first issue came out. So that's one of my strong um, titles on my pull list. The weakest book on my pull list, I have to say it's sadly to say this, because when you think of comic book heroes, besides this character, there's Batman, the Flash, Captain America, and all those guys that pop up. But he's one of the characters like an American icon. It's an American legend, a classic, and it's Superman. From the old DC universe, I would have never said he was the weakest. But in the new DC universe, I feel like this character storyline is just extremely, extremely weak. It's all over the place. Some of the storyline just doesn't make sense. It's way out there. For example, like Superman, Wonder Woman, the whole interaction with Doomsday. He looked at Doomsday like he's never seen him before, and it kind of freaks me out because I just hope DC, when they reboot it, I really am hoping that Doomsday is not one of them. That like the whole event with Superman versus Doomsday never happened, and that would suck if that is taken out. Um, and I think this character itself, I just feel like everything's just a mush. With him getting hurt, majority of the time he's bleeding in each issue. Seems like it just some of the storyline just doesn't make sense. It's just all over the place. It's not consistent. So that's, to me, is my weakest one on the list. My favorite villain. My favorite villain. My main favorite villain is the Joker. You know. But another one I was thinking about when I was reading Wonder Woman is the Firstborn, and I feel like if that character is used right, he can be a very powerful, powerful um, villain character. in the villain world. But Joker is my number one. I've that character, each time he's introduced in a storyline, he just gets better and better. Before the whole 52 started, the old DC universe, and before Batman and Detective ended, the whole Joker storyline that happened, it was just psychotic. The way everything was done. And when they jumped to the new DC universe, and when the whole Death in the Family started, first of all, Joker was just psychotic and mental. He was just this mentally effed up character. But after the Death of the Family, I feel like he just went to a whole new level of just psycho craziness, just mentally effed up in the head. The way this character thinks of torturing people, killing people, getting things out of people, coming up with the plans of how he's going to kill them. Just tormenting Batman. The things he thinks ahead before, where Batman takes him a while to think, but when Batman gets there, it's kind of too late sometimes. The whole cutting of the face, he was just, this character is just the most psychotic villain I think I've ever seen in a comic book character, in the comic book world. He's just an iconic, psychotic character. And again, each time he's introduced, I feel like he just gets better and better and crazier and crazier. This is like a rated R Joker. If you were to make a Batman based on this, it has to be a rated R Batman. You just cannot contain the Joker and make him into, okay, let's cut it down. You just can't. He's that crazy. Favorite superhero? If I had to pick one really that's based on reality, I would say Batman. He's just one of those characters you can relate to. People getting killed, and your loved ones, losing your loved ones, and waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, turning up the news, people getting shot and stabbed. It's just things that Batman you can just relate to. Things that happen in real life, and Batman is a character that you wish you can be, and so you can go and help and save people. And Batman is a character also. If you're this billionaire in real life and you're just crazy enough to have the ability, the hookups, the link, and everything to do that, you can actually become a masked superhero. Batman is something you can really become, But again, you gotta be out there to do that. So I would say my favorite superhero is Batman. Villain, Joker. And another person I'm sorry, back to the villain. Another person I'm forgetting is in Detective, the very last issue of Detective Comics. I think it was 881. 881, when James Gordon Jr. and he's one of those villains that the way he killed what he did to his mom and everybody else in his path, and he was just one of those amazing new villains that was being created by DC. That was really, really good. It was really, really brilliant the way he was written, the way Snyder wrote him. He did a great job building that character into a villain. So yeah. What are the books that I'm considering dropping and why? Superman is one of them. I was actually reading this, so I had this out. I know there's a new creative team coming up, and if they don't get the pieces and everything together and make it into a solid story, I am going to drop this. Reading Superman is just a drag now. It's just like I feel like it's boring. It's not exciting anymore, So if it doesn't change, I'm definitely going to drop this title. Transformers is another title I am going to drop. It's just, I just feel like it's just taking too long for stuff to happen. Daredevil, which is sadly ending, so I can't really, I'm dropping it because it's ending. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is another one that I'm dropping. It's just the whole build up of wherever it's headed and the storyline is just getting too boring now. So I'm just gonna go end up buying something, collecting something else that I'm gonna add to my list. In X-Force #1, I read this book the second time, and in one of the reviews I did, I actually said it was okay. But reading it the second time, I just realized this book sucked. It was horrible. I like the art. You know, the art wasn't bad, but the storyline, actually, it sucked. You know, it really did. And Mara was a horrible character to introduce, the bone girl, whatever. This book just sucked. So I just said whatever and dropped it. What are the books I'm considering adding? Next week, Conan the Conqueror is coming out, which is the last series, I guess, in the Conan saga that God, I forgot his name, that he's writing. Let me see if I can pull it up. Can I pull it up? Oh, bloody hell. No, go back. Here we go. Conan, Truman. Yeah, Truman and Guerrillo. I hope I'm saying this right. It's supposed to be the last saga in the Conan. I mean, the last storyline in the Conan saga. That's what I read in this thing. So I'm definitely gonna add that to my pull list because I'm dropping all the 3 or 4 of those, and to check out, you know, where it leads. And last time I collected Conan was like in the 90s and the 80s, which I found some that I picked up. So I'm really excited to read Conan the Conqueror. I'm gonna pick that. That's gonna be one of the ones I'm gonna be adding. I added Sex Criminals, which I haven't read, but I've heard great things about it. Manifest Destiny, which I've added. Bunker, which I've added, which is a brilliant digital comic come to now into books. And I'm bloody forget. Black Science, which I really like. The whole mystery and Remender. I mean, you can't go wrong with him. But also the story, the whole mystery surrounding the time traveling and who sabotaged him and all that stuff, which I'm really interested to find out. And also, I'm gonna try Captain America when it comes out, the first issue. I don't think I'm gonna start Fantastic Four, which I'm gonna pick up, and also I'm gonna pick up Daredevil. And I've heard that the whole original group is gonna be just jumping on the Marvel now. Just the only difference in $3.99 the price range. It sucks. But those are the titles I'm gonna be adding. I think that's it. That's on the, yeah, that's it. So that's my pull list tag video. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Captain Strangelove again. Thank you so much, and everybody have a great weekend. All right, take care.